Hey, what's going on, everyone? Joe Menza here. Are you ready to have some more fun with watercolor painting? We're going to spray down this Fabriano studio as I enjoy this beautiful day outside and just kind of wing in some dirty water on top of this paper. Sometimes you can tint things on paper and just kind of get the ball rolling. Just feel like I'm starting to put paint on paper. And then sometimes you jump right in. I say, well, I'm going to throw in this purple and this red, and I'm going to just see what happens and get crazy and start sculpting in something you hope will be amazing at the end. And really enjoy just throwing paint on paper and seeing what sticks. A little darker purple in here. And I say, yeah, I can see a sky in there. Or, you say, well, let me throw some paint in here. Flick the paint on, spray it on, throw it on, whatever. But start to see in your mind, like, do I see a landscape in here? And now you'll see a lot of weird spots on my paper here. This was a little bit of a technical difficulty as someone nearby sprayed some suntan lotion into the wind with some coconut oil in it. And it got on my painting. But you'll see it dries away and everything's fine. I thought that was kind of a funny moment. A little bit of a surprise. So you're outside dealing with the elements. You have people, family, friends around. And something like that happens. And it's all part of the fun. So I've put some yellow ochre underneath all this and trying to see what I got going here. Leaving little white spots. What am I going to do? Am I going to leave a little mountain here? Yeah, we'll put a little mountain in here. Hope you guys aren't too sick of seeing mountains, but mountains and hills, it's all part of the landscape. It's just what I enjoy. I'm sure we'll have something where we'll do just trees or something where there's no sky involved. But for now, I like to have all the components in there for you to see. That might be sky or, mountain, each little element. And you can see what happened here. Look at the water way I kind of poured over the top of that mountain. Kind of an interesting effect. And I think we're going to... Oh, there's a little bit more of that suntan lotion going on there. And we'll see what happens. Thought that might be fun to see. Hey, a little experimentation goes. Is coconut oil going to do anything for me? Will it paint the painting for me? Maybe not. Maybe it'll create some unique textures. Getting a little too crazy, I think. Maybe it's the sun. So, you see this way this is pouring over the top of this mountain here. I'm going to just leave it like that. I think it's kind of a neat effect. This is one of those times where we have circumstances happen outside our control, and we just, hey, let's take advantage of something that happened. So, I'm going to go ahead and take my fan brush. And I do apologize for any out of focus that my arm is doing. Something to watch for later videos. But it'll get better, I promise. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of my brush and I've wet it down and I've removed some paint to create some textural effects. I'm taking a little cloth here. Again, out of focus a little bit, but I promise you it'll improve. And I'm taking my fan brush and I'm just adding some darks. Some little darks to this mountain. I need to stay to the left side a little bit more so I don't end up with this focus problem. But you can see, you can get an overall gist of this. I'm going to try putting in some foliage at the bottom of this mountain. And of course, as I watch this back and I see the out of focus, I can feel the thumbs downs coming. But that's okay. It just motivates me to do better. I see thumbs downs on videos. It doesn't bother me. I don't really pay much attention to it, honestly. I appreciate any support that I get if you're viewing, any feedback. But I've seen, it made me feel a little better because I went and saw like a Bob Ross video and there's like 500 thumbs down. Who's doing that? It's a painting video. You know, you almost have to laugh. I mean, so I'm taking my card. I'm doing a little bit of scraping here, trying to come up with some texture on this mountain. And over here in this light area, I'm going to try to get some foliage in here. Trying to keep some spaces, you know, some trees, do a couple different tones. I've been keeping a little sap green on my palette, but you have to mix it with something else to make it, let's say, palatable without intending to have any sort of a pun there. Mixing that with a little Payne's gray, maybe a little indigo. Trying to keep some sort of cohesion of a composition here. Another thing we have to consider composition-wise, we have to think about where are the eyes going to go, where's the focus, where's the focal point. Are we retaining people's interest for more than just 2 seconds? You know, you ever show someone you're painting? Hey, what do you think of this? Oh, it's great. And, you know, there are some people who stand there and they'll look at it and, wow, you know, you could tell they're really into it. And then you have some people that will, especially in your family, they'll go, hey, that's pretty good. And, I mean, you can set a stopwatch at a second and a half, you know. I'm sure you've all been there. Dabbing in a little bit of yellow here, a little bit of cad yellow hue. I got about 4 different yellows or so on my palette, just to whatever the mood fancies. If we want to do some highlight colors, yellow tends to sit on top pretty nicely for foliage. You can't highlight really the way you can in other mediums, but you can with yellow over the top. It has a neat effect. Trying here to go for some green-yellow color coordination here. Nice spring maybe. Play off of that red, purple a little bit in the sky. And I'll put another tree over on this side. Kind of bring your focus down up to center. Again, just that, you know, green, yellow, and then some darks in between. Same thing on this side, putting my darks in last. Just where you might have some dark areas, shadow areas in between the tree branches. My main focus was to have this little field in the middle that was very bright in color. Kind of one thing I had in mind. So again, just going around and putting in some shadow colors, going with my darkest darks. And then over on this side by the tree, I'll just run my fingernail, create some tree branches through the tree. So I think for the trees on the left, I'm going to go ahead and paint in some trunks using some darker color, Payne's gray, maybe a little indigo, something a little darker. And then I'll take and I'll scratch down the trunk that I make with my plastic card. I realize this isn't as easy to see as I would like it to be. I do apologize if there's a little bit of blockage going on. I'll improve that. Okay, I'll take my plastic card and I'm just going to follow that trunk that I made down and create a highlighted edge. Create a few little rocks here and there, using again the plastic card. Wherever I can make little textures, little details, scratching a few sticks. And it looks like we spent a long time putting in a lot of details. And that's pretty much it. We'll zoom in here and just kind of look at some of the details, admire some of the details we were able to pull out of this. As always, I thank everybody for watching. Visit my website, and please comment and subscribe. And we will see you next time.